Hello, everyone. What's so funny?
Look, my gyros are so cute. This one's in the toilet.
Ah, wait, why are you playing Animal Crossing? That has nothing to do with the video.
I know, but I'm having fun.
Alright, I guess. Anyway, hey everyone, I'm Sparkles, and today I'm making a cool neon cyberpunky kind of girl. I've been loving neons lately, so I hope you like her too. So, let's get started. Here's my concept for this doll. I saw a bunch of neon cyberpunk doll customs all over Instagram at this time, so I felt like making my own. And here I felt like coloring her in with my Ohuhu markers for the beginning. Tell me in the comments if you like me coloring art in the beginning of my videos, because I'm actually really having a good time doing art at the beginning. Also, I already decided the doll I was going to use was Lagoona, so I gave her blue skin, and she does look like a Smurf, but that was the latest blue I had. But that's the concept art. Now to get to customizing. Again, I'm using this Lagoona blue. You might notice an immediate difference in this doll, and that's the inarticulated arms and knees. Like Delightful said in the past, if I don't use this doll for a project soon, she's going to be sitting in my stock box forever. So I decided to do some arm adjustments for her so she's more articulated. I used the same method as Delightful did in her Sakura video. I did try the method she briefly showed in her Guinevere video, but I have no idea how she made that shape in such a small scale. But I did try, and it didn't work. So I resorted to the Sakura method. I'll be honest, Delightful explained it way better than I ever could, so go check out her video on how to do this. I'll leave it in the iCard in the description. And when I finish the mods on her arms, I take her outside to spray with Mr. SuperClear. Don't forget your mask. I'm drawing the basic outlines with watercolor pencils. And I have a new product. These are Prismacolor watercolor pencils. And I have to say, these are a lot better than the Faber-Castell aquarelle pencils that I've been using. Plus, I got a 12-pack at Walmart for about $15, so it's not too expensive. Although it doesn't come with a white, but I usually use acrylic paints anyways. Okay, I have a few exciting announcements. I did launch an Etsy. I'm selling some handmade resin earrings and other resin knickknacks, and I do have a doll up in my shop for sale if anyone is interested. Also, I'll be listing some other random resin-like projects on my Instagram stories and posts in the coming days. I'm also doing some trade fairs and flea markets in December in the coming months in the DFW, Plano area of Texas. And I will be announcing all those on Instagram and possibly the community tab here on YouTube. If you would like to check everything out, all the links are in my description, so thank you very much. The last layer has come, and I spray her one last time with Mr. SuperClear to seal all the pencils in. I do add Liquitex High Gloss Varnish later on to give her eyes and lips some shine. Moving on to hair, I'm using neon green yard wefts that I brushed out and straightened off camera. I was kind of on a time crunch, so I wanted to show you a quicker method of making wefts. I'm also pretty sure I saw Hexstein use this method in the past, but I could be wrong. I'm using a silicone mat. The one I have is for baking, but I strictly only use it for resin and craft purposes. If you do use something for craft purposes, please don't use it for food again. I'm also using a hot glue gun and these silicone finger protectors that I had literally got in a 3-pack at Dollar Tree. But I'm pretty sure you can get these on Amazon too. And you need your wefts, plus some scissors. I like to lay some hot glue down on the silicone mat first and then lay a weft on top. I then lay another strip of hot glue on top, and then wearing the finger protectors, I kind of brush my finger on top and flatten the hot glue. I let it dry for a little bit and peel it off. I like to use scissors to clean up the top edge, and there you have it, a hot glue weft. This is a way quicker method for making wefts, but even so you really do need the finger protectose. And even wearing them, if I went too fast, they got way too hot. But use your best judgment if you try this. And again, be safe and wear finger protectors. So I make the rest of them off camera. I want her hair to have a black to green gradient. I use chalk pastels, which might have been a mistake. You'll see why later. I then stick the wefts to her head using the hot glue gun again. Another plus to the hot glue wefts is if you use hot glue to attach them to the head, you can easily blend the wefts into the head using the metal part of the glue gun. I do give her bangs, and I set her aside so I can work on her clothes tomorrow. You can see the problem. While I was gone, or while I was working on her hair, I hadn't sealed in the chalk pastels in any way, so it transferred everywhere. If you do want to do a gradient feature for hair, here's what I would recommend. If you do use chalk pastels, immediately seal the chalk with Mr. SuperClear or hairspray to stop transfer. Or if you want to be a little fancier, use synthetic fabric dye. Now, I would only recommend it if you use waterproof glue like Fabri-Tac or maybe wood glue. Don't use water-based glue or hot glue to dip dye because it will just reactivate the water or reheat the hot glue and make a big gooey mess. You could also just keep the wefts attached to each other or the way you brush them out to dye them this way. That would be way easier actually. I will try this to see if it does work in another video if I need a gradient because I actually don't know if it works. That's my recommendation. That makes sense. Okay, moving on to her clothes. I made her some loose fitting pants with the pattern I already made. I'm actually using my boyfriend's old part of his pants I had to hem because they were too long on him. One person's pants becomes another doll's pants. I'm making them kind of a drop crotch and loose fitting. I was gonna make them kind of sweatpants that gather at the ankle, but that was a little too difficult to gather and stuff. Plus I wasn't glued to the idea of keeping it, so they were kind of loose flare pants. Next I get some white jersey fabric and make kind of a bandeau top. I'm stitching off the back with white embroidery thread and tying it off to make kind of a corseted look. Originally I was only going to use chain for a little accent on the jeans, but I felt like using it somewhere else, so I made kind of a harness thing. I kind of messed around with the placement of everything until I liked it, and I think I did a pretty good job. Although I wish I finished it off with like a middle bead or something to weigh it down, or bring it around the back and attach it to the bag so it stays put. The last thing I wanted to do was paint the jacket the original doll came with. I like the jean jacket look, but it needed some green and black accents, of course, and I just added it with acrylic paint. And with that, she's done. enjoyed working on a simpler project to kind of give myself a break, and I love the neon look, and I hope you like it too. Anyway, that's it. Click here to subscribe, click here for my latest video, and click here for a video YouTube thinks you'll like. That's it for this video, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!